Okay, good morning or evening or wherever you're at in the day. Hopefully you're having a good day. This is Canadian Art Guy again, and we're going to carry on with the project. I started the video with a higher resolution image of this. This is I'm using my studio light today, but usually I use just plain sunlight to do what I do because it just looks better, but that's me. And we're going to be carrying on with this. I have no idea, the same as you. If you're scared right now that you're going to goof something up or whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got the same feeling. I might goof this up, but I get the mentality more of I want to see what is going to happen when I put paint in here, and I just continue from there. So the trees here are obviously going to be further away than the trees here. Some of them are going to be further away just to give kind of depth perspective, things like that. But I'm just going to get started right away. And while I get started, I can talk about yesterday. Again, I got this dollar store paint. It says all-purpose indoor outdoor craft paint for $1, and I'm still working with that. I know I cheated a little bit on the Hooker's Green. Okay, I'm sort of sorry, but if you want to know how to get Hooker's Green, you take the green, I call it the crappy green that you get at a dollar store, and you add a little black, and you might have to add a little of this color, and then you get Hooker's Green. But I didn't want to really get into mixing paint yet. I just wanted to paint, okay? Now even, I've got my palette here, my Tupperware lid, and there it is, right there. It's called Cinnamon Brown. It's sort of like burnt umber, sort of. So what you can't see off camera here is that I have my water beside me, and I am gonna, even though this is kind of runny, I don't know if you can see that, but I am going to take my brush and I'm going to wet it down first, and then I'm going to swish this around because I've never really used this before, and I want to make sure that it's going to be the consistency that I'm used to. And yeah, you're going to need to water this down a little bit, not much, just a little bit. And then we're just going to start with one of these black lines, and I'm going to start in here and just see what happens. Now here you want to keep a cleaner edge than before, and don't sweat not having a clean edge, okay? I like that. Okay, this is gonna work. I don't think I need as much water, so now I'm gonna paint with a little bit heavier paint. And just, if it runs, think of that as a good thing at this point. If the paint runs, all that means is that it's gonna require fewer brush strokes later on. You won't need as many. And yes, I'm painting right over top of the black, in case you're wondering, unless you're screaming at the camera right now, why is he doing that? Because I've done it before and it worked, so I'm doing it again. And some trees have bumps here and there, and I'm going to go back without watered down paint this time, and I'm just going to put some heavier stuff in there. No, I'm not gonna make this tree a friend, if you know what I mean. Mr. Bob Ross, rest in peace. I'm not gonna do that. I don't paint friends with trees. And down here I'm just gonna sculpt just the bare start of what could be whatever you call them, just how a tree plants itself into the ground. And I like that. That'll work good. So I'm gonna do the next one right here. And if you think that this is too good to be true, it's too easy, it's not. If an idiot like me, and I admit I am an idiot, but if I can do this, jeepers, I think my cat Walter could come close. This one is going to be a little bit darker because I don't want consistency, and it's okay to leave some of these. Hopefully you can see it. No, you really can't. So I'm going to take an image of this afterwards, after I'm done. I'm going to leave some of the yellow in there. I really don't know why. I honestly don't. But I know from experience from painting as much as I've painted that you can use things like that. The only thing I don't like about this tree is that it seems a lot like that one. But we're going to take care of that. And I'm just going to finish it off the same way down here. Just a few quick strokes. Take some more paint. And if you want to know what I'm thinking right now, I'm thinking I don't want to make this tree a friend. All I'm doing is I'm making another tree. No trees with friends. It's not like they sit there and talk to each other when we're not there to hear them. Okay? This tree is this tree's enemy. Maybe that's a better way to look at it. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more paint on my brush. And please, please, please don't think that I've got anything over you right now just because I've done this a lot. You could be better than me, and I'm just fine with that. You see this big thing over here? Let's do that. Let's make this tree really close to the viewer. Okay? Kind of like that-ish. Yes. And I'm going to leave some of the black there. It's going to be dark anyways. By the way, what I should have mentioned is, like I said in my last video, I'm going to be putting a thin layer of blue over top of all the yellow. And blue and yellow makes green, right? But I was thinking about this, and I'm thinking that I'm not going to put as much blue because I think I'm going to have a little bit of morning light coming through here in the end, okay? So I'm going to reload my brush and come back over here. Leave this bump there. We're going to use that. Leave this here because we're going to use that. And come down. This time, come right down here. I really hope you guys can. Yeah, okay. You guys can sort of see what I'm doing. That's good. That's what I want. I want you to see what I'm doing. And again, if you want to know what I'm thinking right now, I'm actually getting more comfortable with this camera thing. It's not. In the beginning, it bothered me a bit, but no, it doesn't bother me anymore. I don't care. So when it comes down to what I'm thinking, I'm thinking I have no clue what I'm doing. Okay, so if you're thinking that thought, you don't know what you're doing. You're right. We've got the right mindset, I think, because I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to reload my brush. This is actually, it's not burnt umber, but I mean, I like the color. It's got a cedary kind of color to it. Now you see this black piece right here? We're not going to paint right over the black, because remember what I said about black. I usually turn black, or I always turn black, into a heavily detailed piece. So I'm going to leave all that black and just come down over here. I almost said it. I almost said it right there. I was so close. I almost said, let's give this tree a nice little friend. I think he's a nice friend. No. That's a blast from the past that I don't want to go back to. No happy little trees. These trees aren't happy. They're angry. They're upset. Maybe that'll be my trademark. Painting angry trees. I don't know. Alright. Now, that's perfect. Okay? This is perfection, as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to water down my brush, for sure, now that I've gotten used to this paint. And with more watered down color, because the way you get perspective is by using less opaque paint for trees that are further back. And I'm going to water this paint down. I probably should have watered it down more, but I'm going to come over top of any black that I see. That's important, because in the end, like I told you, and I'll keep telling you, anything I paint black is going to turn into hyper detail. And I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, but there's vehicles and lawnmowers outside again today. It is a nice day. It's an unbelievably gorgeous day. I gotta say, today is a good day. Today is a good day. And I went running again yesterday, and I'm not complaining. It's what I do to myself. And I don't like how heavy that paint is there, so I'm just going to take my finger and wipe it off. Okay? Yeah, there's something I could say about this right now, but I'm not going to. Wipe it off. Okay? Wipe it down a bit. There we go. And not the whole way, just right here. I want this to be less opaque, and it is now. And now you got a happy Jeff. Okay? By the way, my name's not just like the Canadian art guy. It's Jeff. Pleased to meet you. Okay, so now I'm going to water down the paint again. And I still haven't reloaded my brush or done anything fancy. Let's do this one. Okay? And this is watered down paint. So it's not opaque. If you need to know what opaque means, I bet you have a dictionary, or you just Google what opaque means, and opacity, opaque, whatever. I'm going to leave some of the yellow in there. I'm just roughing in stuff right now. Okay, just roughing it in. I'm not really concerned about anything at all. This is actually not going to be a long video, I hope, because I end up boring myself. There we go. That's all I want to do. I'm going to water this down some more, because I want this next tree to be really far back there. Maybe I'll do this one first. Yeah, I'll do this one first. Start the black. And you know, just because trees are further back doesn't mean that they could be bigger. This one could be bigger than this one. So I am going to paint it wider, just because it could be, right? It could be. Man, do I say it right a lot. I don't know about that. Maybe that's something I have to work on. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there, just like that. And you can see that I'm not really caring that much when I get to the bottom of the tree. I really don't. I'm going to turn that black here into the base of this trunk, and I'm going to keep it back there. Okay. And what do we do next? I guess we're just going to reload some more water this down even more. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to start right about here, because, well, I'll show you in a sec, okay? You see this black here? I'll turn that into a tree, and when I start to run out of paint, and you'll know when that happens with you, when I start to run out of paint in my brush, I'm going to come back up here and finish it off so that it's even more transparent. In fact, in the end, you probably won't even see that there's a tree here, but I don't care right now. I'm just enjoying myself with paint, and hello to paint. So, okay, I'm going to take some more of that watered down color, and do I sound bored? I think I sound bored. I'm not. I'm actually really enjoying myself in my happy place. It's like my cat Walter in his cape. As soon as he put his cape on, he's in his happy place. So, here we go. We're just going to come down again real quick. No need to overthink this. We're simply not there yet. And even when we get there, don't sweat anything. I just watered down my brush again. And I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to rough a straight line in here, just because I'm going to have some trees kind of at angles here and there. And I think this one's going to angle that way. Can you see that? And that's it. And there's some black in here. So I'm going to reload with a little bit more paint than last time. And I'm going to have this one. There we go. You see that? There's more paint. And if it runs, even better. Even better. I can use that. And I'm going to have this tree here. Oh, it's good. It's running. Awesome. Awesome. I think a lot of people freak out when, like, you freak out way too fast. If you're freaking out that your paint is running, I use that. That's part of my toolkit, okay? If it runs, all the better. All the better, especially if I'm painting a rainforest. Because in a rainforest, you have a lot of moss and stuff hanging down. I don't even care if these lines line up right now. Because, there we go. You see those runs, those drips? That is totally awesome. This is what you want. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. And this is exactly how you do it. Alright. I think I've got enough happy little trees in there, and they have their friends, and they can argue all day long. Yeah. I think, no wait, I'm going to just use plain paint now. And you see this black here that I didn't see before because I just not that smart. I'm going to put just the hint of there could be a log that fell over. Possibly. There, right there. And I'm moving the painting, the movement's starting to go like this. Okay? And that's why I'm doing that. So we got light, dark, like I said before in the last video. And now we're moving trees this way. And I'm just going to finish that guy off. There, and that's how I finish them off. Got nice runs in here. And that's absolutely perfect. Okay. We're almost done. Believe it or not. We are almost done. This video, I mean. Which is fantastic by me, because after this, I'm going to go half kill myself in the trails and go running. Now, if you haven't noticed yet, if you're not an attention to detail person, I am today practicing safe art. See, I got my rubber on, and I am using that to hold the brush there. I never said I was smart or normal. Okay, so I'm going to take some black. Again, dollar store black. I don't even know what I don't think it even has a name, but it is runny and it is cheap paint, so I'm going to have to do that. Now this may be an aha moment for some people. I'm just going to put this down generously onto my palette. There we go. There it is. Alright. Now I'm going to take this round brush. There it is. And I'm going to water this paint down a little bit. Actually, I just dipped my whole brush in there twice. And I'm going to start on some of the branches. That's a loose term. If you know what giant cedars and redwoods and stuff look like, they have stuff coming out of them. Okay? And in the end, we're going to cover that stuff with moss. So again, I'm not all that interested in heavy detail right now. In fact, having too much coffee at this point is a good thing. What should I be telling you right now? Like, what I'm doing right now is I'm imagining moss, okay? Yes, it's black, and yes, it's going to be really detailed moss, obviously, because it's black. But don't think small branches here. These things have magnificent boughs that come out that have broken off years ago. Years ago. And that's what you want right there. I'm going to water down my brush again because I don't want it too opaque. And I'm going to start in this side. I should have started here. Okay, sorry about that. But we'll put in a nice little bough right there. And again, think moss hanging down. In fact, you know, on this one over here, let's put even more moss that hangs down. You see how I'm not really, I couldn't care less about drips at this point, because I'm going to turn that into moss growing on trees. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to go finish off this one. And there's where that meets the tree, right there. Fabulous, huh? I just re-wet my brush in case you want to know what I did. What do we need? I don't know. Let's put one down here, just for the fun of it, and let's make it different. Okay, because we want something different. We don't want everything to be the same. And again, think moss, and let's just give it a little bit of a break right there, because moss doesn't hang the same as every tree is different. There might not be any moss right there, so I'm going to put some moss in there and then just rough it up into the tree like so, and voila. Okay, we are almost done this video. That's cool, because I hate talking to myself. I'd rather be like anywhere but but the reason I'm doing this is I want to show you guys, like, if you're wondering how guys like me or big names like Daniels or Robert Bateman or other people, how we get things to look like we do, this is how you do it. This is just how you do it. And you want this nice and rough. So if you're too steady right now, I would highly recommend going to Tim Hortons or Starbucks or brewing a pot of coffee of your own. I need to re-wet this. And drink a pot of coffee. It'll actually help. Okay. Oh, I like that one. That looks cool. That looks really good. I like that. And keep on doing this. I'm going to give this branch a happy little friend. This branch. This is his friend. We'll call him Bob. Right now I'm painting Bob. Bob, you're doing good. You're looking fantastic, Bob. I'm going to talk to Bob. Sorry about that. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just talking to Bob. And the annoying car that just drove by. Okay, there's Bob. Now let's paint. I don't know. With every Bob, there needs to be like a herald. So, hark the herald. Where are you gonna go, herald? Let's put a herald in here. Now let's do a little bit different here. Let's go that far as if it's coming out towards you. Okay. And in order to do that, I'm going to need to really avoid wetting down my brush here. So herald is going to be facing you like that. So this is actually coming out, and we want lots of paint, so don't dilute this one. And again, I should have had more coffee because I'm not as jittery as I should be. And there we go. There's a moss coming from Harold. Okay, and in this tree, I want this tree to have a little bit more detail, so I'm just gonna, here and there, I'm just dragging my brush. No technique at all, just dragging my brush around, putting in some black, because we're gonna turn that into magnificent bark using a very, very simple technique. Okay, so here it comes. You can see what we're doing here. Maybe you guys have done this before, and maybe you have suggestions for me of how to do it better, because this is how I've always done it. This is what I know. And you can't have them all moving. Like, we want movement this way, but we can't have them all going the same way. That's just not cool. We've got to make this more uniform. There we go. And I'm going to buck the trend here. I'm not going to name this one. So this is a nameless branch. And just have some of this black hanging down there, because we're going to turn that into moss. And reload my brush. And what do I want to do? I'm just going to rough in some. I'm just tapping my brush around randomly, not really thinking about anything at all, except obviously the fact that I'm being recorded right now, which is kind of silly, but there we go. There. And you can, well, I'm going to take a picture of it if you can't see it right now, but you can kind of see where the bark's starting to come out just by doing that. It's so simple. But I'm not going to dwell too much on bark today. It's about making these rough shapes of long ago, many years ago, broken off limbs from cedars, from beautiful redwoods, stuff like that. Okay, so enough said on that one. I'm liking how this looks. That's a good thing. Okay, if I start to like how something looks, then I know that I'm going the right way. Right now I'm looking at this like through a haze almost right now. I'm going, okay, what do I want to see in the end? I think I want to see a big one right there. And this one's going to be closer to the viewer, so I'm using more paint up top, letting the moss hang down, just like that. And I'm just going to join them up to the tree, like that. And I'm not going to stress about that one anymore. That's done. Put some water in my brush. I think we need one right in here. I don't know why. I'm just looking for balance right now. And man, I haven't seen right in a while. What's wrong with me? I'm the Canadian art guy, for heaven's sake. I'm supposed to go right. Okay, you see this? Right? You know? Right? Like A. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now, I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to give this guy an arm that comes out over here. Seems like the right thing to do. I don't really know. But I'll let it all just kind of hang down there. Because again, I just don't like being redundant. But we are going to turn this into moss. And I like that. That looks good. Okay, and like I said, we're almost done. Like, seriously, we're almost done. If you're bored to tears right now, so am I. I want to go running. I want to do anything other than what I'm doing right now. But I am helping you guys, hopefully. And you can see you see where this is going? If you saw that picture, maybe I'll put that picture up too, of that cat crying in the rain. This is how it starts. This is literally how we do it. I'm going to give this one a nice branch right in the front. Right directly in the front of the tree. And this one's going to be coming right at the viewer, okay? Right at the viewer. And we're just going to bring this stuff down quite a bit. You see how I'm giving this kind of a rounded edge, because that's what moss does. It comes off the edges, especially if it's facing you. I'm going to put that down like that, and down like that. And that's that for that. That's enough said. Okay, now I'm going to just take some really watered down black, and every here and there I'm just going to put in what could be the shape. Like this one comes from behind that tree. Just going to take and wipe that off. There we go. And There could be some moss hanging from this one, there might not, but you know, let's just do that for now. Put a little bit of moss there, and then I'm gonna put some more paint over here, and have this lining up over here. It's coming from behind the tree. Actually, let's put this one in front of the tree. Why not? Why not? We can't have everything the same. There's got to be some difference. So here we go. Put some heavy moss in there. This branch may or may not be close to you in the end. I don't know. What do I know at this point? I know the same as you, really. I really don't know. But there we go. I like that. That looks good. Okay. I really don't want to do too much more because sometimes you can say too much. It's just the way it is with art. I'm going to put one in here and let the moss hang off of here. And again, I'm gonna put a picture of that cat painting, even though it's a low res image. I'm sorry about that, but that's the only one I got of that one. I mean, I literally painted that one time based on another painting, and it sold in like a day. I just went to show it to a friend, and he pulled out his wallet and he goes, "How much?" And I really didn't want to sell it. I just I wanted to keep that one for me because it was based on a better piece. But it ended up selling, and I got that crappy image of it before I sold it. And this branch is obviously coming this way, and I am going to allude to that over here. And again, we're going to have moss. I'm going to put a little bit more paint on my brush and have moss hanging down here. You guys can do whatever you want. You can paint Bobs and Georges and Fritzes wherever you want. This is where I want them. I don't know why. I think I'm going to add a little bit more color to this because this is going to be more in the foreground, and I want some darker black on here. Just like that. That's super keen. That's super cool. Super fly. For a white guy. Nah. Anyways, so there's that. Now I have to stop and stare at my painting. Watch paint dry. Same as you. I'm going to put a little bit of bark in here. And trust me, this is going to look like bark in the end. Remember what I said. Anything that I do in black ends up turning into super detail. Okay, so something I just thought of is why not start putting in little, you know how cedars have these little knob like things coming out that don't have any moss on them? This is a perfect place to start with that. Just here and there, and inside the tree too. Start doing that. And a lot of this is going to be turned into that anyways. So, it's a good time to start. There we go. Enough said. I'm going to put this just like this because it could be a tree that you can't see up here that's leaned over a little bit. And that's kind of cool. Okay. And okay, I literally have a few seconds left to go here in case you're wondering where we're at. In case you have to go something important like go to McDonald's. That could be important too. I'm going to paint a few little things. This is and that. Here and there. And I am going to turn them into something in the end. Maybe there's moss on this one, eh? Could be. I don't know. I'm not there. Actually, I am. I'm right here. It's just there's green in here, so I'm thinking that doing this can't hurt. Putting in a little trace of some moss hanging down there, and roughing in again a little bit of bark on some of these trees that'll be closer. They're not so far away. And yeah, like I said, I'm seconds from being done here. Because there is a thing really when you can do too much. Like the whole point here is to say as much with as little brush strokes as possible. That's my motto, one of my mottos. That's a really important one. I'm just kind of like tracing on this tree, I think, because it's so close to you, I'm going to trace where the tree starts and where the tree ends. Right there, I'm just going to give it an ending point, just for now, okay? So I'm just going to empty my brush by painting some black over there, because it's going to need it in the end anyways. There we go. And last few seconds here, I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to darken this because I think it needs it. I don't know why. I really don't. Just going to put some black in there and hook it up to this tree, and that's that for that. And put, because I have a few of those kind of shapes in there, let's just go ahead and put a few more what ifs, what could be's in here, and in here, here, here. Put some moss, and maybe another one right there, here, here, and here. Maybe one in here. It really doesn't matter if you run into trees here. We're not to that point yet. In fact, we never will be. Okay? In case you're stressing about it, oh my goodness. He's all of a sudden get to a point where I can't do this anymore. No, the whole painting process is this easy. It's simply this easy. And I think I've arrived. I think that's it. I don't want to say too much. Like, sometimes less is better. So, yeah. I just realized that's the first, well, one of the first times I said today. So that's good, I guess, for you. Don't have to listen to. I could talk like Bob and Doug McKenzie. Remember them? G'day. This is Jeff from the Great White North. And, oh, shut up, poser. And at least I'm not doing that. In fact, that's the last time I can do that. That sucked. There we go. Alright, so that's kind of like a vine-like thing. And I'm done. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. Except, right now, I'm going to let my painting dry. And I'm going to clean my, well, I actually just did clean my two brushes. I am literally done. Can you see me? Hi. That's it. That's all you want to do. I'm going to take a picture of this, and you're going to go, oh, that could be that cat in the rainforest. It could be, because it is. Okay? This is how you do it. And nothing is harder than, like, this step, the next step after this, is no harder than we just did. Okay? So instead of painting with a fan brush and tapping it out and making a purple brush, man, I saw a video online the other day of somebody with 3.5 million views, and she doesn't even talk. I'm not picking on anybody, but she doesn't even talk. She doesn't tell you what she's doing. She's just painting with a fan brush. She's painting this stupid little purple tree. It doesn't even look like a tree to me. I know what she's doing. But if you want to know how to get a realistic, really cool, funky rainforest feel, this is how you do it. Okay? So, hi, bye. I'm the Canadian art guy. I'm going to go get some coffee because I need that for my run today. I'm going to go jogging. It's going to be fantastic. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please feel free to leave any kind of comments or to email. Alright, have a great day.